Good morning. Welcome to Paradise Now, Dialogues with the Mother. My name is Sandra Davis and I'm your host for today's show and for many shows to come. Today's show is dedicated to Richard. Richard, you know which Richard you are. And it's also a show for everybody who has the same questions that Richard had when he called. He was asking, what's the plan? Okay, we got to this point, but what's the plan? And obviously he's talking about what's the plan for all of us, what's the plan for the earth, what's the plan for people, and he wants to know why are we going through all of this and where are we heading? And that reminds me to recommend the viewers to watch some of the previous shows that I had since the first show aired at the end of July 2016. Some of the shows there, starting with the first show, that gives some ideas of what is paradise and where it's heading. And also some shows along the way. I would recommend particularly the show called The Journey, that is explaining to people about the journey of the earth, the journey of the gods, the journey of people. You'll understand more about what is this journey that we are all involved in and very interested in knowing that it goes well and it turns out well. In the beginning of the show, in the first episode, I was saying that we are here for paradise. Now, we're not here to serve paradise. Paradise is actually serving us, serving people. Paradise is the opportunity. The earth has the key elements that allow the connection between the human and the divine, and also has the connections in the universe that would connect every individual to their own universal path. Once the human and the divine are connected, the individual higher level with the individual human, once they are connected, they also start their connection with their higher places, with their places of mission. As people come to be born in biological form, they have the advantage of being right at the merging point of microcosmos and macrocosmos, micro-universe and macro-universe, and the human structure in all of its components, from biological, spiritual, emotional, mental, all the components of the human structure and reality and activity allow the connection from the atomic level to the cosmic, either micro or macrocosmic, universal, micro or macro-universal. The galaxies are projected in the solar plexus. The stars, the map stars of a person from a specific celestial place is represented on the body, inside the body. The lights inside the body would replicate, would actually commune with the stars up there. For instance, I sat face to face with somebody whose star map was the galaxy Orion, and I could recognize the stars from Orion. And if I studied further and communicated further with a person, then I got more and more into the dynamic that was in the person, that was in the constellation Orion.
Float me on the China Sea, float me on the China Sea.
some people are on Earth and they know that they are from a different place. It doesn't mean aliens in human form. It means children of God who have a level in the constellation, a level in the micro-universe, a level in the microcosmos, a human level, and they are working through this wholeness that leads them to further work, which has to be tuned and trained right at the merging place of all aspects of reality, which is what a human is. A human is the merging place of all aspects of reality, controlling the way the microcosmos functions inside the human body, having a healthy microcosmos inside would connect beautifully with the macrocosmos. One whose physiology is all based on light and based on God-responsive processes, God-responsive law, would be properly lined up to their higher place. They would be able to connect their higher places of reality. So we're not talking about aliens, I repeat that. We're talking about the same being that will have atoms, that will have galactic lights in their solar plexus, that will have a cosmic clock right here in the heart area, that will have gates to paradise in the left side of the body, that influence heart and the left hemisphere for thinking and for connecting in light and truth, and all the characteristics that allow the alive individual to connect to the other dimensions of paradise. Everything about the human body is much more than meets the eye. Everything about a human being at any level is much more than meets the eye. Well, a human being is already at the gates to paradise. It's already at the point of development towards paradise. So to answer to Richard and to other people, what is the plan is that at this time, 2017 year of renewal, there'll be very specific steps that I will be explaining in the next segment. But right now, I'm just saying that everybody who is on Earth has a God-helped, divinely supported potential to merge with their higher levels while continuing to be on Earth. And what that does, it gives a better possibility for their divine level to help the human, and gets a better possibility for the human to understand their divine level. Once that connection is made, some would call it reconnection because some had the connection and they lost it. But those who were never connected to their divine level would be able to start to understand what that does for them. To connect to the divine level, people have to develop their divine qualities. Once they develop their divine qualities, which will be explained in future shows, but once they develop their divine qualities, then capacities develop. I'll give you two simple examples, kindness and truth. Somebody who is truthful and kind, who has the light of kindness and the light of truth, the field of kindness and the light of truth, they will be able to connect on that path with their divine level. Being truthful and knowing the truth is one of the connections. But if they are not also kind, Just knowing the truth will not connect them. Will just give them the information but not connect them. Why? Because someone who is an expert in the truth and uses the truth to do wrong does not have access to the divine. Somebody who is using the truth to stay away from kindness or to fight against kindness is not allowed to connect to the divine. Just knowing, even if they know 100% of everything they need to know, just knowing is not enough. What do they do with the knowledge that they have? How do they use the truth? Do they defend the truth and they use truth with kindness, or they use truth like a whip? Do they use truth to enlighten all, or they know the truth and hide it from everybody else? One who shares the truth and brings enlightenment is closer to the gate to paradise than one who is hiding the truth and who says, I don't want anybody to know, I want to keep that advantage for myself. The divine qualities, which will be all of them explained, and you'll see what their role is and why they are so important, will open pathways to capacity. Care for people would open the capacity for healing. A person who has already a tendency towards and a desire towards healing people can come to a point of developing healing capacities. After the break, I'll tell you more. For people who missed our previous shows, we recommend that you go and visit YouTube and type in search Paradise Now Dialogues with the Mother. You'll find there all the episodes. Please leave your comments. We're interested in what you think. We're looking forward to hear from you. This is the host of the show, Sandra Davis, letting you know that people called and asked about a book with the content of the show, and I'm happy to let you all know that the book is already being put together and is being edited. It will be available with the main topics. Watching the show will be one help, another one will be reading the book and joining in with the show. At the beginning of the show today, I was recommending videos from the shows that I already had. This is show 25. First show was in the end of July 2016. I would recommend that you go to YouTube, to the page Paradise Now Dialogues with the Mother. Make sure that you write the whole thing, Paradise Now Dialogues with the Mother, because there's something else, Paradise Now, some other shows with Paradise Now that are on a different kind of production. Now, as you go to Paradise Now Dialogues with the Mother, to understand better what I'm talking about today, as I'm talking about the plan of God for people, I would recommend the first show where I explain some things about paradise. Then I recommend show number 5, I believe. I'll have to check the number, but it doesn't matter. Look for the title, The Journey. And I would also recommend the show that mentions the gates to the eternal paradise, because inside, right on the left side of the body, there are portals of light that are the gates to the internal paradise, which connects to other dimensions. Now, those gates, when they are open and when one being is connected to paradise, those are all lights. There are 10 lights, different degrees, different size, different closeness, like the stars. Some are brighter, some are less bright. When people are not connected, then there is no visible light there. It's like the light is covered. It's hardly any. It's like the little embers under the cinders. But the structures are there. Nobody would be alive on Earth without those gates. They wouldn't be accepted on Earth, and they wouldn't be able to be alive on Earth if they didn't have those gates. The purpose for coming to Earth is to connect to paradise. It's not to take over the Earth because Earth is paradise. That was the wrong interpretation of what they're doing here. And some went on a takeover and they defeated their own purpose, which is actually to evolve, to develop, and to understand, and to have much more than what they can have on Earth. If you want, you can look at the Earth as a school that will reach perfection as we teach those that proceed to violence, that that's not the way. When the whole planet reaches the paradise condition, then there'll be no violence, there'll be no hunger. All civilization will be like you see in portrayed in the Star Trek movies, where Earth no longer has those problems, but they do the fights in cosmos. Well, there'll be no fights in cosmos. Nobody makes it to cosmos to start fighting, but that's a different thing. What happens, the evolutionary plan of people that come from some other places, that's why they all talk about going back home, going home. There are earthlings that are here to receive those who come to Earth and to help them, and then there are those who come from other places. They come, they learn what they can, and they go. They learn much less without going through paradise. They lose much more of themselves without going through paradise. They can lose their heart, they can lose their soul, they can lose their spirit, they can give it to the wrong direction or to the wrong plan. While if they go with the paradise direction, that's the path to their infinite development, to their infinite future. It is very, very important to understand that everybody has the divine qualities, but they have to pay attention to them and they have to develop them. That's where character comes in. People with a good character would choose to be honest, would choose the truth. Truth is one of the gates to the internal paradise. People with good character would choose integrity. Well, integrity is a gate to paradise. Not just internal integrity, takes all the way to the cosmic paradise. People with a good character, they are honest with who they are. They want to be themselves. They don't pretend they are somebody else. They don't try to be somebody else. They are just themselves, and they do their best. If you look at all the gates to the internal paradise, everywhere their character is very important. Everywhere their character is very important. Even if somebody, for instance, cannot pass the gate of ability because they have disabilities, A good character would lead the individual to healing. One who truly wants to be healed would find the healing, and that's where the kingdom part of kingdom of God on earth would provide the possibilities for healing, so that not only the person is healed, but the gate of ability will open for that being to become a paradise being. Paradise, as I was saying, it is a reality, it is a developmental stage that allows the wholeness and the evolution beyond the human presence here, beyond the human appearance, beyond the human presence, that's the best way to put it. Everybody who is here on earth to learn what they need, to learn what they can, will have to bring that knowledge and that power, that capacities that they develop, they will have to bring it where they are coming from. One being that comes here and studies plants and does gardening and does farming may be on their planet the beings that help for that planet to develop nature, to develop aspects of nature that would allow for plants to grow, for forests to grow high. Once on earth, the different beings that come with different purposes will be drawn towards what's interesting to them. And they would want to do that. Therefore, it is very important to listen to your inner voice, to your inner calling for what do you want to do with your life. Of course, you have to develop a complex reality in your life. But what do you do? Everything matters. Family matters, society matters, profession matters. All of those would develop aspects of life that can be enjoyable here and now, that can be evolving, and that can help developing your complexity, but also prepare you from a higher life, for a higher life in a different place where you, ideally where you came from. If you train for the wrong place, then you'll have to come back and go back to the right place. So what the plan is for the individual is for each one to be helped and to develop the qualities that allows the development of capacities, which then are empowered to achieve tasks that are important here on earth and beyond the life on earth. And we are in a time when the improvement of all aspects of qualities of life, including the presence on earth of the potential for infinite life, would allow life on earth to be the best transition ever. It is assisted from all levels of divinity, and it is available to all who want to undertake that work. Each one's his modern journey, it becomes work. Once in paradise, it becomes it becomes work. Before entering the paradise dimensions is a journey. Entering the paradise dimension is already work for the development for the higher levels and the higher places. In the next segment, I'll tell you more. For people who missed our previous shows, we recommend that you go and visit YouTube and type in search Paradise Now Dialogues with the Mother. You'll find there all the episodes. Please leave your comments. We're interested in what you think. We're looking forward to hear from you. Welcome back. We're talking about the plan of God for people, for Earth, the whole plan. I was saying that people born as humans on earth. They have what it takes to connect between the human and the divine. They have what it takes to prepare and to deserve entering the paradise dimension. First, the right to be on earth and to head towards paradise on earth and further beyond is a given, is granted. But one thing is to have the right, and another thing is to develop what it takes to exercise that right. It's like anybody has the right to drive, but they have to see, they have to have use of their body. Like you'll see, the gate of ability requires one to enter paradise in an abled form. The kingdom of God provides what it takes to depart from disability and head towards ability. And you have to learn what you have to do, whatever that is. Everything in terms of developing divine qualities, which will then lead to capacities, is much helped by society, by the good education. But no matter how much society does, the individual has a responsibility. Society can create the environment or can make it hard. But the character of the individual, the personality of the individual would persevere and would do what's right and would make it there. Or they can stumble, and then we have to be there to lift them and to show them the way. I was mentioning in the previous segment that the character makes a big difference. Now, this has to be very encouraging. Character develops.